That is what you call my version of ace trumpets.
You know what? You're so stupid.
The queen is here. I love that drop, by the way. I think that's very it gives me the nostalgia feeling of that Maybach music. You know what I'm saying?
Like
bring drops back, nigga. This is hip hop. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. Okay.
It screams luxury rap. Like
let's not get besides ourselves because we got a full show, but all right, y'all. Let's kick
What's good, gang? We back for another episode of Reasonable Dialogue. This is episode 9. It's your girl, Jan Sneed.
Yes, it's your girl, Jazz.
And it's me, DJ Miss Milan.
And yeah, we back locked in. What's good, y'all? How was y'all weekend, everything?
First of all, it's hot as hell.
Girl.
Let me tell you something. I am going to get so right with the Lord for real. Like, I'm not backsliding and I'm not staying on the fence. I'm really going to lock in because this sweltering ass heat, boy, when I say everything is melting on me, I cannot experience hell by any means necessary. So everybody get right because this is just a indication. We're going to be in the devil's booty hole. That's how hot it is out here.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you either. The rain, the constant rain, like I feel like we haven't had a summer. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm a winter baby or what, but I never really been a hot girl summer type girl. I'm more like a fun girl fall.
That's cute. I like that. Fun girl fall.
Yeah, I love boots. I love, a nice
jacket.
But this heat, no, not for me.
It's not giving. Yeah.
I got the Angela Oakley fan everywhere. I have to. It's just, I don't like sweating, y'all, but I like to party sometimes. So I gotta find a balance.
No, I feel that. I really, really feel that. Because it's like, for me, I hate the hot, but I can't stand the cold at the same time. Like, I'd rather be a little hot than to be freezing cold. Like, at least if I'm hot, I could put something to cool me down and I could take off layers. I hate the thought of having to put on layers. So when the winter comes, I'm not for that. But you mentioned in the fall, I don't think people really give the credit the fall really does deserve, especially that after summer, right when it's still like a good 70, you know what I'm saying? On a high 75, all you need is a little light jacket, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little track suit, not too much. Don't got to put your coat in the, check your coat type shit. No snow on the ground, probably some brown leaves. But I do enjoy the fall a lot more than the summer. And I do like the spring, except for the allergies.
Oh, yes.
And the constant rain. Yes. Speaking of bugs, I don't know if y'all know, but we got some new bugs out here.
I saw your fucking story. That had me in tears. Because, girl, that is not a new bug.
It's not. They lied.
No, I've seen that bug for like the last 3 summers. Okay, but I will say though, when I saw it for the first time, I literally had your same exact reaction. Like, what the fuck is that?
No, it is a what the fuck is that? Because I Googled it, and it's called a lanternfly or something like that.
Girl, they've been around.
But they're from Asia, y'all. I literally, look, if you go on the Department of Agriculture, they tell you verbatim, if you see them bitches, kill them. Like, in the yellow. Like, and I'm like, wait, are they deadly? Are they dangerous? But I guess they just are causing more harm to, I guess, the natural ecosystem. Because they destroy certain trees and, things that are needed type thing or whatever. So they have this, like, little thing that you're supposed to call the Department of Agriculture. I'm like, y'all niggas gonna come in, like, Men in Black and, like, eliminate these niggas or something. Like, shit is crazy. But nah, we got some new bugs coming out, y'all. It's crazy. God dropping bugs like mixtapes.
Oh my God. Speaking of mixtapes, I thought of y'all because over the weekend I went to arguably the most hip hop wedding I have ever attended in my life. And it was so beautiful. Shout out to Michelle and Dorian, the Millers, as I see.
My friend was there. Who might have saw him?
Yes, I probably did. It was so, like, they are so like community like focused and family oriented. Like, I'm not surprised. I probably did see your friend. But
it looked like it was a vibe.
It was like in reference to like the mixtapes and the tapes. Like when you first walked in, first of all, like they had their names plastered in the front of Music Hall of Williamsburg. Shout out to them. Like I thought that was so dope. You walk in the music hall, and the first thing you saw was like vinyls, and there was like a section where you had to sign their book, and you had to leave a song and like leave the artist in the track, and then why they should listen to this song, like listen to this song when, and take like a Polaroid picture, tape it, take a picture by their like mixtape vinyl wall. It was so dope. Then when you walked over on the other side, they had your name like on cassette tapes, like where you would sit for like dinner. Then as you entered the space, oh, it was a production, honey. When you entered the space, the first person you saw on stage was the DJ. Shout out to the DJ, just saying. Because I thought that was so intentional that they had the graffiti type vinyl wall. And then like, because usually when you go to weddings, I feel like the music is first like instrumental. You don't really see the DJ to the reception. But the fact that they had the DJ as like a main like focus throughout the entire wedding, I thought that was so dope. And they had like a headlining forever, Dorian and Michelle, when you first walked in, and it was very kind of like off-white written, if that makes sense. Like it was very, very dope, very like hip hop culture. Their best friend married them. I thought that was so yes, their best friend married them, and she wrote like the best like wedding like speech for them before she is the word. Don't kill me, y'all. I'm terrible at butchering words. I promise I'm intelligent, but is it officiate?
I think it is officiate.
When you would marry somebody, is it officiate? Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but
officiate. Let me ask Siri. Never mind. This bitch is done too.
See, that's why we can't fuck with AI.
Okay,
can't.
But yeah, it was she put them together. Then after, they said the I do's and stuff and they walked out, the DJ started playing Future, I'm Looking For. I thought that was so cool.
Wait, I'm looking for who? Wait.
Wow.
I'm looking for
No, it was turn off the lights. My bad, turn off the lights. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for, yeah, my bad. I said I'm looking for Future, turn off the lights. Yeah. So that played.
That's cute.
Yes. Then like they're so like
as long as it's not Jagged Edge, meet me at the altar, please.
Right. Yes, that was. I thought that was very intentional too. Like the music choices and the selections they used were like not your traditional like wedding songs. Like, for example, during the dance with his mom, like at first he was dancing, him and his mother were dancing to the Boys to Men Mama record, but at one point it switched and they tore off her skirt. Like her husband came out, tore off her skirt, and she was like, "This ain't what y'all thought." And the DJ was like, "Hold on, y'all, hold on." And then they started playing, "Oh my mama, oh
my god!"
And it went insane, and it was insane. And then after that, he started DJing. So the husband is also a DJ. He's an up-and-coming DJ. Shout out to Dorian. He started DJing, and the groomsmen and the brides women came out, and they had like club artifacts. Like, so they were holding up like things like you were at the club. And then he started DJing, and then she walked out to Pluto. Big Pluto.
Hey, I talk about Anna.
And the DJ was doing the dance like that Lululemon. That whole part, it was insane. But shout out to them. Shout out to Black Love and just y'all. That was my weekend.
The real Black Love, not that Papoose and Remy shit. Feel me?
I'm crying.
No, that sounds amazing. No, I
believe they're Puerto Rican too. So shout out to them. Shout out to them as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a beautiful blend of culture.
Oh,
I love
marry your best friend.
Yes,
right?
Yes. And that was the running theme too. Like every time someone gave a speech, they would say how like since the day Dorian met Michelle, you would always get like a 30-minute convo on why he loves her. He would literally put you aside. You're like, this is why. Like everybody said that in their speech, which lets you know, like, nah, this is solid, this is grounded. And I send y'all prayers to y'all and y'all children and y'all families. It was a beautiful, beautiful time. And shout out to my UMG family. That was fun too to see all y'all. Great catch up.
I love that. That sounds like a phenomenal wedding that I personally would probably do. Because I always said, I love my DJ homies. Of course, I have a lot of dope DJ friends that I can always book for things that if I had my baby shower, if I had my wedding, but I have to do a set. So I respect him so much for saying, nah, I got to do a DJ set.
Yeah,
That's fire.
So dope. I thought I did. I thought of you. I was like, oh my God, this is so
That's hard. That's
fire.
hard.
Yeah. And it's like, I also thought it was very like Black millennial too, if that makes like it was a very like millennial wedding, like young professionals was there. That's why I was saying too, Jan, I'm not surprised that like your friends was there because they are very, very
Girl, I was surprised he was there. I'm like, damn nigga, you know everybody. What the fuck?
That's great. I love that though. Shout out to Love for real, man.
yes.
But honestly, my only thing is the whole marrying your best friend sounds cool until you realize that that nigga gotta be a friend first. How do you break? Not y'all. How do you break? How do you break the friendship barrier in order to get to the relationship? Because I feel like once I put you in a friend category and I look at you as a friend, it's really hard for me to be like, damn, I
don't even think it's one or the other first. I feel like there's literally a balance that you have to strike when you're building the relationship. Because high key, I'm kind of learning that now with somebody I'm talking to low key. But like you have to like find ways to set boundaries within conversations sometimes where it's like, all right, enough of the relationship shit. Like, let's get to know each other. And then once y'all do a little bit of that, then flip back to the flirt and shit. Like, it's like a dance you have to do. And I feel like if you do one without the other, then you either just gonna get somebody that's not a best friend or somebody who's only a best friend.
Ooh, I know. I really agree because I actually feel like you shouldn't really break it. I think the friendship should always stay there. Like, because you will have something to refer back to, like on the days you're mad or like you're having like a bad day at work or something. And like you're coming home and you don't want to like carry that because you're remembering like, well, at the end of the day, this also is my friend and I wouldn't want to treat my friend any type of way just because I now see them in this aspect, So I don't know. Yeah, I think being best friends with your lover is like dope. I always think of that 50 Cent Olivia song.
Yes, and that's the conversation's better too. I've realized it's just like it's not always just rooted in lust,
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's also to the uniqueness of calling them your best friend. It's like, yeah, we're friends, but like you're my bestie. Like
I feel that.
I didn't realize this is a Lover Girl podcast.
We love. To be loved. To be loved. Oh, to be loved. Okay. But we not desperate. So you motherfucking vultures, you leeches, you bitch ass niggas, don't ever fucking play yourself. All right? All right.
Balance. Okay. Balance.
No malice. Nah, I'm a rapper now. I'm sorry. Hip hop got me hyped. But my weekend, what the hell did I do this weekend, y'all? I don't even remember. I'm gonna tell you right now. The heat got me dizzy. I came to New York. I'm currently now in New York at my Grammys.
Hey.
Last week I actually rested. That's why I can't remember anything because I came from overseas. We had the first part of our European festival tours that we've been doing and stuff like that. So me being back home in Atlanta, oh wow, that just felt so crazy to say because I've been such a New York girl day till I die. So me even saying, "Oh, home in Atlanta" sounds crazy, but it's home, y'all. It's home. It's my second home away from home. But yeah, I flew back home to Atlanta. I literally, like, when I say I rested I got in Monday and I had to fly back to New York this past this weekend, this Sunday. I literally rested from that Monday until like that Saturday because I had to DJ my homeboy's DJ Unruly's birthday party in Atlanta, and then after that I flew out. And let me tell you, I felt no regrets at all. Like I didn't feel like that, that procrastination demon pop up, that lazy demon that like to tell you that you a bum but you really need rest, nigga, because you a human being. I felt so good to just smoke a blunt, relax. I smoked outside in case my leasing manager's listening. I just had a good time. I had a good time by myself. I spent a lot of days low key. I know people always see me, they think like I'm always outside. but I spend a lot of time by myself. Sometimes I used to get sad and cry because I felt so lonely. Like, damn, I feel really alone. Although you still have friends, you could text, you could, pull up and see people. But it's just a thing of like coming home to yourself every single day. But I found a lot of beauty in just really getting to know myself on different levels and, just being that girl to that girl. So I just been resting and now I'm here in New York. I got a speaking engagement podcast that I was on yesterday. I shot one for OK Player and To Be Clear podcast. So shout out to them. They definitely gave me a lot of great hospitality. And I am doing speaking engagement tomorrow for Eventbrite, which is something that I'm really proud of because I told myself that this year, outside of DJing, I want to do more speaking engagements. I feel like my words carry, they bring life, they mean something, and people actually listen to me. The little girl that was always told to shut up and, stay in a corner and you talk too much, you're doing too much, actually is, receiving flowers for my words. So it feels really good to be in that space of, showcasing other things about me besides the DJing. But yeah, it was a restful week, y'all. I ain't had nothing going on, but we getting back to it as soon as this week is done.
Hey,
love that. It's a lot that you said too that I resonated with. Because this theme of loneliness is something that has been I've been experiencing in waves. I literally just tweeted about that shit like a week ago, where I honestly prefer being alone because I feel like it helps me to not have to deal with people's shit. Because I internalize a lot and feel it very deeply, so I prefer not to have to do that. But the loneliness is not fun. And I think there's been certain moments throughout like the last 3 weeks where I just feel really lonely. But to your point, I'm just trying to find ways to kind of combat the loneliness without necessarily like just falling into something else that doesn't necessarily align with what I actually want. Because I feel like in the past, I've done that a lot where it's like I will entertain shit that is kind of cool. Maybe I might find a vibe here, but it's not really necessarily something that I'm really into, just to not be alone.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a theme or a pattern rather where I feel like I settle for certain shit, including shit like that, to just kind of like sidestep whatever feelings I'm feeling at the moment. So I'm learning that I do need to just kind of sit with my emotions and find ways to like combat them with myself, like find new hobbies, do shit without other people. But one thing I did do this weekend though, even though it was with somebody else, but I went to that was an experience in itself. No, it wasn't with a guy. It wasn't with a guy. It was a girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Yeah, I haven't been on no dates in a minute, so I'm not gonna act like it's that. But I went to the Keyshia Cole concert.
Ooh.
Yes.
How was that?
That shit was amazing.
Wow.
So first of all, Elijah Blake opened up. He was fantastic.
I like
it was
him.
funny because his DJ was shouting out some of the songs that he wrote, and I didn't realize he wrote some of them songs. But he wrote a lot for Trey Songz, early 2000 shit. Didn't realize that. So that was a nice little surprise, just hearing some of that. Who else was at the show? A-Marie. One thing I will say, I didn't like that they had her so early on in the set, but then considering the lineup, it kind of made sense.
Who's on the lineup? I was about to ask.
So it was Elijah Blake, then A-Marie. I'll say little things about that. But Tink went after her.
Ooh.
Lil Kim pulled up. Keyshia Cole, and then mid Keyshia Cole set, Big Sean popped up, and then Keyshia Cole finished out her set.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a great show.
I will say, shout out to Tinga, love her. But on the A-Marie front, I just love that even post that Tiny Desk performance and all the chatter and media consumption that was around her voice, she has not let that stop her.
She hasn't. And I would even argue
that.
and say, and that's what I was going to say, I feel like she's even taken a lot of the criticism and working on it, because I will honestly say there were some shaky moments in her set, as expected though, but she sounded really good. Like I was
laughing at her.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good set. I got a couple videos of her. I thought she was hitting them notes. And other thing too, like on the A-Marie note, I think it's the conversation around her is so interesting to me because, and it's no shade to her, right? I really love A-Marie. I let her down.
Yeah,
but I feel like there's this conversation around her like she was ever like a Beyonce, and it's just like, her voice never gave that, y'all.
But
like,
you know, people do that to Ashanti too, and it irks me.
and then her voice never gave that either. And it's just like
it's like they don't have to. They can get Ashanti and A. Marie. Like,
and that's what they are doing.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because they
like,
came up in around the same era. And low key, Ashanti did in the beginning. If we're gonna speak facts, facts. I love Beyonce, but Ashanti had a run that was a little bit more than her because she came from a group and she was just trying to start her solo career, and it was still, you know, kind of rocky trying to be a solo artist from a very successful group type thing. So Ashanti was literally running the game for a little minute before Beyonce really became Beyonce, if that makes sense. And I think anybody who's a real fan could honestly see that. But yeah, they definitely used to always do that.
But what I'm saying is more so like, it's not even the comparison, but the style of singer is what I'm referencing.
Oh, okay.
I feel like these people are looking for, yes, because it's like they're hearing the songs be performed and it's like, oh, this is horrible or whatever. And it's like, y'all, she sounds exactly like the record. What are we talking about?
Yeah. I don't know what one thing y'all, maybe it was the 2 thing or the 3 thing y'all was listening to.
It sounded just like she did it. Yeah, I'm just like, what are we not? Are we hearing things differently?
She always been in that key.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't know if y'all seen it, but it was a video of a girl. She decided, she performed one thing, but she did it a key down. Than where I guess A. Marie's normal key is. And it didn't sound bad, but I can honestly say that the vibe of the song and how high she was up there, really reaching for her life, is what made the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we don't need you running like a slave on a song all the time with your run. Sometimes
and that's what I'm saying. I think people are looking for that. And it's like, y'all, did y'all hear the song when it came out? Because she sounds exactly like the song.
So, unpopular opinion before you get back into it. This is how I feel. No offense, but I love the Queen of Soul, but Mary J. Blige. I never thought Mary J. was a super vocalist, but she always had soul, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have to be like super precise with your voice, but she has soul. I don't think she's a super vocalist, but she has good music and she has soul in her voice. To me personally, that resonates. So
yeah, and she's just I feel like a great storyteller. Like, I feel like even when Mary sings, like, I visually paint where she at, how it happened, like all of that. Yes.
I agree.
But I will say, before I pivot back to the concert, I think a lot of that has to do with, and this is the Ashantis, the A. Maries, all of these girls, it's the tones. And I think that's what I keep talking about. Every time I have this conversation about what R&B is missing, I say it every time. Like, everyone had a specific tone in those eras. So if you heard their tone, you knew who it was. So they didn't necessarily have to be this super skilled vocalist because they had a singular and unique tone. And when you pair a singular, unique tone with great writing and production,
right,
that's a career. And then add in the person looks good. Like, Anne Marie was cute. We're not about that. Like, she was a bad bitch. Like,
I wanted those shoes in the freaking her whole outfits actually in the
One Thing video. I was like, bitch, I'm Anne Marie. Like, what?
One Thing video and in Why Don't We Fall in Love?
That one too.
The little gray shorts with the little, white marina. Like, I'm talking about in it.
So I feel like we have to keep that in mind when we're talking about a lot of these singers from that era, because it's like, at that point, you didn't have to be such a skilled vocalist because we didn't have 80 vocalists that sounded the exact same. But anyway, getting back to the concert, Tink was amazing. So I have to be completely honest. I've never been like a diehard Tink fan. Not to take away from her talent. It's just something about her music doesn't really scratch an itch for me.
Yeah.
I really did like, which is how I got turned on to her. Treat Me Like Somebody. Like, that was my super shit when it came out.
In the Midwest.
She performed that last. And I was like, oh my God, bitch, I remember this song.
Being from the Midwest, that song, like, that song used to play on the radio. Like, I used to so happy for her.
All the time.
And like, I love Tink too, because I feel like during that, shout out to my little brother, because he was one of the first ones to get me hip to the whole like drill era when it was emerging from Chicago. Like, around that time, like before G Herbo was G Herbo, like when he was still going by Lil Herb and like Lil Bibby and all them, and like Katie got bands, like just when that whole, like that was really a movement, like when it was happening. And I remember like Tink being in some of those videos and stuff and in that motion, and like, I just always wanted so much for her. Like, because I knew she reminded me of that, like what we talked about before. It's like that R&B girl next door, or like that girl from the hood or the trenches, but she got the voice of an angel, you know? But I just always felt like the industry kind of took her, Dreezy, and Dej Loaf and just never really gave them they just do. So
I blame Timbaland for Tink.
Oh my God. One thing I will say,
that, yes. Oh my God.
she put a lot of like Aaliyah elements in her set.
Yes.
And honestly, like, granted, it worked, but it kind of annoyed me because it's like, damn, you still got this heavy ass Timbaland imprint on your shit. Like, that is not you. And it really clicked when she performed Treat Me Like Somebody. And it's like, it sounded so different from everything else she's saying. And it's like, maybe this is why you didn't really cut through, because you didn't stick to the sound that really like broke through for you, which was that Treat Me Like Somebody. You flipped into this Aaliyah shit that, granted, a lot of people fuck with it because she has a huge fan base, but I don't think that that's what mainstream was looking for.
Yeah. And it wasn't authentic to who she is as an artist.
Exactly.
Like, we already have an Aaliyah, you know, R.I.P. baby girl, but it's like, and that's why I said I blame Timbaland because, you know, his lack of, in my opinion, I'm not in the rooms, but just assuming lack of guidance and also trying to put her in a box of what he thought she should sound like, which is another replica of Aaliyah, because every artist that he tried to work with, he tried to make them some form of...
I feel like he tries to make everybody Aaliyah because he's doing... I low-key think he's doing that with, what's that girl's name? Justin.
Justin Martin?
Yes. I low-key feel like that's what he's trying to do with her too. And it's just like, leave Justin Martin alone because she could sing her ass off. We don't need another Justin Aaliyah. Like, don't do it, please.
No, we really don't. And on the team front too, what irritates me about that with Timbaland jumping in and trying to rebrand, it's like she already had a strong brand and momentum. Like that Winter's Diary.
Yes.
Mixtape she had, like every time Tink would let you know she's about to drop a Winter's Diary, it was like,
I remember.
You know, you knew what
it's
you
a
were
movement.
Yes. Everything. It's like she had that, but
she was the Summer Walker before Summer Walker.
Yes,
she was. And even Summer Walker will even admit that. Like that's why I really love that. Like once Summer Walker did get to, you know, the space where she wanted to, she pulled like Tink up and started collabing with her more. So shout out to her for doing that because she was literally that girl before, but.
So yeah, so her performance is amazing. She definitely put me on a bunch of new songs. I kind of fuck with this. Fit was fire. Body was tea. Yeah, I was like, damn, I don't even know. Honestly, I haven't seen her since Treat Me Like Somebody because I haven't really I was like, damn, this bitch look good. Okay,
yeah, she
looks amazing.
And she wasted her time with bum ass Young Bird. Like, what the fuck?
My girl had a moment that she did, but
she's still having that moment.
I don't know, he look good. I get it. That's a fine nigga. Okay.
If y'all do need a refresher too, go listen to A Gift and a Curse. That's one of my favorite things she's released recently to this. I think she released that in like 2020, that little EP, but that one was really cute. That was cute.
Shout out to Tink. So that was her. Then who came on after Tink? Lil' Kim. First of all, I wanted to see Lil' Kim. I didn't know she was gonna be at the Jersey stop because I know there was a New York stop, and I assumed that she just was gonna go there. Bitch, she could have been a co-headliner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that shit was fire. Like, what? I was a little disappointed, though, because Keyshia performed, what the fuck is that song? Song with the Kim verse, and she didn't.
Let It Go?
Let It Go, and she didn't perform a verse. I'm like, girl, you're backstage. What are we doing?
Here's a little something, what?
Girl. And then played the shortened version of it that went to radio. Like, no, we want the full verse. What is this?
That's crazy. I hate when they do that.
Every time I hear the fucking shorted, the condensed verse, I get so annoyed because the full verse is so good. Like, what are you doing? And it throws me off every time because I keep rapping the rest of it. And it's like, wait, y'all cut it? But anyway, Lil' Kim was fire. She's definitely still got it. She's just an amazing performer. I actually really grateful and blessed that I got to see her live. That was the first time seeing her live.
She deserves her flowers.
Yes.
And I need people to really start giving her real legit flowers. Like when they honored her for remember the hip hop honors when they used to actually care about fucking music and artists and shit like that and had specials for them. Yeah, we need to give Kim her flowers. She is the blueprint. Her and Foxy.
And I love too that she was not only like a great performer, but something about her aura is very down to earth and she just felt like literally the homegirl on stage. Like I'm just like, girl, are we watching?
She is the sweetest person.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. I never hear no bad stories of Kim being a bitch, Kim acting crazy towards people. Like she's like, you could walk up to her and be like, hey Kim, I love you. She'd be like, hi mama.
Literally, that was her whole vibe on stage. Was literally that.
I love
Literally, her entire set was that. And I was just like, girl, are we on the phone with you or are we watching you?
Right.
But it was real cute though. Like it just like, I don't know. To me, that shit was fire. So then on to Keyshia. First of all, Keyshia was giving body, vocal. She's also like very homegirl centric as far as like her demeanor.
She give me that vibe.
Yeah,
but if you fuck with her, she will cut you.
Yes, and block the shit out of you after. She has me blocked. Keyshia, please unblock me, bitch. It was never that deep.
Oh no, wait.
First of all, I literally was never that deep. Like, let me tell you what she blocked me for, right? Anybody who knows, like Keyshia, like let me tell you, Keyshia Cole, the way it is probably
right now
in my top 10 albums all the time. If we just talking about the shit that had an impact on me, like that album gets to this day so many fucking spans. I've given her flowers too many times. Somebody had tweeted, it was like during a Black Music Month campaign, like, what is one song that everybody loves that you don't like? And I said, Last Night. I hate that fucking song. And she blocked me. And it's just like, damn, bitch, like, I didn't even talk shit about your voice. I just said I didn't like the damn songs. I don't. You sound off key. But yeah, she blocked me. She blocked me for that. It was funny because she performed the song and my boss looked at me and started laughing like, oh, here go your song.
That's so crazy, yo! I was not
She's a wildfire. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
especially since she didn't talk about
wasn't that deep. Yeah, I didn't say nothing. I literally was
you
like,
that's like, I don't like Nitty on it. Like the what?
So yeah, I will say too, ironically, you brought that up. The DJ, it's so interesting, like different crowds and the type of music that works with different crowds. Because, bitch, you would have thought Last Night was Abuser Fest. The way they was playing, like all the abuse, they was playing. They was playing all the abusers' music back to back to back. I swear to God, I was like, "Whoa, what is happening right now?"
She said Abuser Fest.
Girl, they played Trey songs.
Nah.
Oh, wow.
Then they played, and granted, this is all music. I'm not gonna act like some of the stuff I still listen to, I'm not gonna lie. But they played Trey songs. They went from Trey songs to Chris. Then they went from Chris to Diddy. Then they went from Diddy. Who was the last one? Oh my God. R. Kelly. And I was just, girl, I was like, it literally was back to back. It was a set right in between Tink and Keyshia. And I was just like, this is so better.
But you know why? I'm not gonna lie, no offense. She may block me if she ever fucking hear this or, too. But that's her demographic.
That's what I just said. It's so interesting when you go to these different shows. Because I go to a lot of different shows for different demos.
Yeah.
And every time I go to these older shows, with the millennials and the older crowds, it's always that music and they don't give a fuck
at all. It's the Gen Xers. It's the Gen Xers. It's that, yeah.
They don't give a
We gotta X these niggas out for real.
Yeah. It's that 47 and that.
Yeah, but I will say it's so interesting because it makes you like look at social media from a different lens every single time. Like, yo, this cancellation shit online literally only lives online.
It literally only lives online. I'm telling you, like it's the craziest shit. It really is. But yeah, that's like a good time though.
It was, and I'll say too, just on a bright note, Keyshia, them vocals is I never doubted her. She always been my bitch, but her vocals was crazy last night. And I just like I want people to give her flowers in a real way. Like I hate that she gets associated with that selling fish conversation outside the Grammys or whatever. Like I just feel like,
wait, what? Stop. Wait.
People kind of like put her in this like she's outside the club and can't get in comment like when they talk about her, and it's just like the Keyshia Cole. Are we talking about the same Keyshia Cole?
She was selling literal fish, like fried.
No,
fish?
she wasn't actually. But it's like they try to put her in that box, and it's just like, and it's just
I never heard nobody.
Come on, bruh. I see it all the time, and that's what I feel like. A lot of that's why she be blocking a lot of niggas is the way they be talking about her music.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it's
she's
just
still
like,
a human being,
right? And that's actually why I don't be shitting on her for blocking me, because like I get it, but also, bitch, it wasn't that deep. You don't have to block me over that. But like I just feel like I don't know. She's really a vocalist. She's not giving, and there's no shade, but she's not giving like Ashanti. She's giving like she can really blow.
Oh, wait. Did who the hell ever said Ashanti was a vocalist?
No, I'm saying she's not giving that. I feel like people put her in that box where it's like she's one of them girls where she just has a tone and she's not necessarily a singer. Like, no, Keyshia Cole is a singer. Like Keyshia Cole can sing her ass off,
and she got soul.
Okay,
so both of those combined, baby.
And Keyshia got like a grit.
She does, and I love that so much about her. Oh my God,
I don't know what to call it.
And it's funny because
I love that word. Yeah.
There's literally a lane right now in the R&B space that is missing, and it's literally her. It's the gritty hood bitch that can sing her ass off. We don't have one right now. We don't have one.
I agree.
I agree with that so much because I think about like back in the day, there was a singer named Sharissa. Those that listen and you know the vibe. Sharissa was a nitty gritty, pretty R&B singer too. Very like, I don't want to. You use the word. The word "great" is definitely perfect. We don't have that because I think everybody is so obsessed in a way with this vanity,
Soft
super
girl
clean,
era.
proper, and everyone just doesn't want to be like, I'm gonna wear a number 27 in black in my hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have grills in. You know what I'm saying? I got some long ass, like, you know, it's the raspiness in my voice. I just came from smoking some cigarettes, but I'm about to smoke this motherfucking stage.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
so
Like,
true.
we don't have a lot of art, or we don't.
I think too, a lot of that is not necessarily on the artist. I think there's a conversation to be had about the industry side of why we don't have that, because I don't feel like that is an easy sell in the R&B space for marketers who don't understand the culture. So if you are not like, if we're laying off a lot of these black execs and you don't really have anybody that's close to them neighborhoods, like you wouldn't even know, one, who those singers are, and two, how to market those singers to an audience like us. So
exactly. Right. And I feel like it doesn't like have to look the same, to the point we were saying earlier of just like we don't have like that grit. Like, for example, like I remember somebody saying Money Long. Did I say it right this time, y'all?
Money Long.
Money Long. I remember like somebody comparing even like Money Long's run and just her lane to kind of like how when we were coming up, we had the Heather Headleys and the Vivian Greens. Ooh. And that's who they were. They felt like Money Long was kind of like mirroring that a little bit. And I had to agree because I was like, I actually do feel that. And if we had more distinctive lanes and we weren't so like judgmental, I feel like, or so quick to compare, like how Chloe gets compared to everybody named Mama a lot. I feel like they would have the space to really breathe and like exist.
I just want labels, people alike, to get off the Beyonce blueprint. And I say that respectfully in a sense of everybody is not and doesn't have to be a Beyonce. We need authenticity in music more than anything. The prim proper shit, you know, that's why I feel like we had that conversation before where some of these girls are lacking because everyone's trying to follow in that blueprint without realizing that you're not even creating your own blueprint. You're so wrapped up in somebody else's. So we need artists more so to really follow a formula of what feels good, what speaks to them, creating your own version of your world that doesn't necessarily have to be like an artist that you see. You know, I know it's hard to build that, but I think it's important to build that as an artist, especially in the R&B space. And I agree with you, Jan. We do need more of that. The lack of representation in these offices obviously show that, because even Keyshia Cole's manager at the time, I forgot his name, the one with the big lips, but he was he was a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in the office helping her out, very much so in the hood with her, understood, you know, things that she was going through, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, now you got these little fucking white boys who be like, man, that's dope, bro. Like, why don't you just do that? Like, no, that's fucking sick. It's like, no, it's not, Tommy. It sucks. It fucking sucks, bitch. But whatever.
Nah, but shout out to Keyshia Cole. Seriously, that was an incredible show. I literally have no notes. I literally like the high school, middle school Jan is literally living because, yeah, I've always wanted to see her live.
Keyshia, what you should have done? Baby, I should have went out to the club. That's my shit. I love that video. And she also very much so pioneer in the reality TV space too.
I forgot all about that. Yes.
Her reality show when she first came out was definitely something that was, in the terms of the kids today, viral.
Yeah.
Was very much so. And we got to see her personality even more because of that, which made us love her even more. It's like, damn, Keyshia, you got a crackhead ass mama. You taking care of your family. You adopted.
Shout out to Frankie.
R.I.P.
Rest
Frankie.
in peace, right.
Yeah. But yeah. No offense, but she was a crackhead though. No, I'm not. That's facts. Like I'm not trying to downplay her, but no, we don't have that anymore. But shout out to Keyshia Cole.
Yeah.
I love that. Anyways, shout out to this good ass check-in. Damn,
Right.
sound like half of the episode.
I'm crying. But I love it though. It's in depth. I love how we turn our check-ins into, moments of reflection, if you will.
As it should be, because this is what we do. We reflect and we don't mind. But what I do mind is what's happening in the spaces of music where streamers are being honestly grouped up with actual journalists, media personalities, and everything alike. I think we're in a new space, in a new time where people aren't even trying to do interviews. I think we had a conversation about this a while ago. But there's definitely a shift in what media looks like and where the artist going to actually get views, likes, and supporters, et cetera, because we know that Kai Cenat, he graced the cover of Time magazine for the first creator issue that they have rolling out, where they're going to be celebrating all of the top creators, around the world. Basically, he definitely deserved that spot. If we're going to be honest, he's definitely done a lot so far in that space and for his personal streaming community. But we have noticed a very big shift where artists are rather going to, if it's not a Breakfast Club necessarily or a Joe Budden podcast, if you will, they're kind of skipping over the, I would say, I don't want to say typical because it's not typical, but a routine of talking to journalists, getting stories out, et cetera, et cetera. They're kind of like taking their own lives in their hands, as I call it, because you don't have any real proper PR training and you can't ever prepare PR wise if you go on somebody's stream. Anything can be said and happen and it's live 24/7. So there's really no control, in my personal opinion, with that. But I definitely wanted to get y'all opinions on how you felt about this new space that it seems like we're in, especially when it comes to hip hop. I can't speak on the genres because I don't see necessarily other genres visiting streamers, but Kai Cenat has been the hot boy where everybody from Drake, not Drake, I mean, he's been skipping him, unfortunately, but Drake, going to a stupid ass white boy, Aiden Ross, and, Nicki popping on a Kai Cenat, Summer Walker. She just recently had a situation where she's being talked about now for showing up on a streamer's, platform as well, and just I guess they're telling that she was being rude to the streamer or some shit like that. But how you guys feel about the space of where media is at and how streamers are now playing a part in pushing the culture forward? Because Aiden Ross could sit up there and say something real stupid and niggas is gonna listen to him.
Yeah, I will say on that note, because I don't want to lose the thought, because when you said it, it made me think of her, like in terms of like, who is traditional media now? Who is more, like AI Web3 or streamers or whatever. Someone I do who feel like has created not just a lane for like hip hop, but just entertainment in general. I know she's not really considered like a traditional journalist, but I do think what Jennifer Hudson is doing with the Jennifer Hudson show, um, has like created like a unique lane where I feel like people are like not only showing their voices and feeling like they have a space where they can do that, but kind of showcase their personality through that whole like what is it, the spirit tunnel. I love that like so much. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like so I do love that there are like some talents and voices out there that are trying to create like new lanes and spaces because they recognize that there's a gap. Because to your question, I think what's happening is there is this gap in hip hop media right now. And it just so happens that the streaming Twitch world has kind of fell into that gap and or cycle of like media consumption, which is interesting. Here's my thing. And I think Nadeska has touched on this a little bit too. Shout out to Nadeska because I really like her. It's her voice and what she brings to like the culture. I do feel like there is a space for, am I gonna say hip hop streamers? I guess we calling them like to exist in the fact where it's healthy and we can have something fluid. Because even though like, like I may not be the direct audience for Casanat. I always get Casanat his flowers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I even love the moment when he like first met Beyonce, Jay, and Blue. And Beyonce's like, you know, you have cool energy. You know, there's just something about Casanat where I feel like, you know, your energy, you know, like is very, very, you know, like fruitful. And you can see that through what he's doing with the streaming university, which I really thought that was like brilliant.
I thought that was genius too.
It was
That
genius.
really
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and to have, and let's be honest here too, this is youth culture. They're in a time where it's hard to even grasp their attention. And the fact that like he can do that through his channel, there's a level of intelligence you do have to be able to do something like that. However, I do feel like there still needs to be a balance, right? Because I do
checks and balances, yes.
You know, like I do value your traditional, I guess you could say, like media or hip hop journalists, you know, like a Angie Martinez, who I feel like has done a great job of showing like, okay, I know I'm a, you know, technically like the voice of New York, the voice of hip hop, but I live in this space now. So how can I also, you know, like show my side as a creator? I have a podcast. So now we got the, you know, the Angie Martinez podcast, which has now been a space for people to come. So I'm for it if it makes sense, because I do feel like it exists, but I also feel like we have to be intentional when we are, you know, calling someone a journalist and or a streamer. And we also have to be intentional about not giving energy to these streamers that we know are destructive. I'm not even gonna say their names on this platform, but we we know that they exist. But that's my thoughts on it, sisters.
No, I feel
think for me, kind of tying back to what you had originally asked, as far as just like, I feel like there's this level of, what can I say? There's like this expectation when you pivot to streaming or streamers rather than traditional journalism, where there's like less depth. Like you can expect that there won't be as much depth in the conversation, as well as accountability, right? Like you're not going to have a journalist who has prepared an interview holding you to the fire and wanting to ask the real questions and the introspective questions, the things that are going to essentially help you build a world around whatever it is you're talking about or music you're releasing. So I feel like, I don't know, like I think the streamers have created this space where you literally can just show up and chill and not really having too many expectations around what the conversation is going to be. And I feel like, to Jazz's point, for those artists that aren't necessarily media trained, or even just artists that don't really have shit to say, that's where they're going to thrive. Yeah. Because it's not going to work with traditional journalism or traditional media in general, because they're not going to have much to offer in those conversations.
Right.
And I think to some degree, I guess you can give a little bit of credit to the artists in knowing that they can't offer that to traditional media. So they are taking the route of speaking with the streamers for these rollouts rather than having real in-depth conversations. But I will say, though, is there was this conversation around traditional media dying. And granted, I understand the critiques and I understand the concerns, and they're definitely justified. But I will say, and we don't have to get too much into it because that's a whole segment in itself that we'll get into later, but I think Clipse is showing that a lot of those, like, these outlets are still very much important and very much relevant. And if you position yourself highly strategically, a lot of that stuff works. You literally just have to be willing and intentional about having those conversations.
Somebody said, which was absolutely hilarious, that artists stop really taking interviews, or they refuse it, because if they talk too much, you figure out how dumb they really are. And honestly, I agree. That shit has stuck with me so much, because I be like, you know what? If you give somebody enough time and you let somebody talk long enough, you're going to really figure out who the fuck they really are.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I feel like, too, some of them outside of like the artistry just overall really lack personality.
Yes.
It's like, where is the depth? Like, even going back to the Jennifer Hudson thing, like, what I loved about Big Sean's rollout when his album was coming is like, he went on the Jennifer Hudson show. It's like, he was like, all right, I'm an MC, but I'm going to walk down the spirit tunnel. Like, you get certain actors, entertainers who either turn down the spirit tunnel because I get it, being shy, anxiety, that's not your thing. But I also think there's a level of psychology there too. It's just like, like, you know, like, why do you feel like uncomfortable to walk down this, you know, like, but yeah.
I feel like as an artist, if you are in this game, I'm not gonna say, okay, I'm an artist, I want to sing, but the music that I make, I don't want to have to do all the extra shit. I just want to make music, put it out, and you can't really help how successful something's gonna be, because that can happen. You know what I'm saying? You really just want to make some fire shit. You do it for you, you put it out, and it becomes super duper successful. Well, now you have these obligations that you necessarily probably didn't even really want to do, but it's a part of the game. And I think that's the part that everyone tends to forget. It is a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to show up for shit. You got to do these interviews. You got to wake up at that 4 o'clock hour in the morning to go to the radio show so you can promote your shit. And we're in an era now where we don't have any real superstars left besides the superstars that are already existed or have passed away. So whatever surgence of superstardom that is had, it's really being built, I feel like, in a new way. Like, new superstars are built not because of their talent, but because of their influence, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So because we have this whole influencer slash talent entertainer sector versus the old traditional, like, I'm an entertainer, I'm here to perform for you, I feel like it makes things a little wacky, where it's either you don't have personality because you're such a viral sensation, the numbers work for itself, or you are a complete, like, idiot in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Or you just one of those that influencers. Regardless, I just feel like it just goes back to what the artist decides to showcase as well, and where they're trying to go with what they're doing. But also, I don't agree with considering anybody, and I know we've had this conversation before, but I would agree of not considering anybody who's not a legit journalist calling themselves a journalist. I know they had a problem with Keke Palmer basically making a statement like that, because she was like, as a journalist, people were like, well, hold on, we get what you're saying, you interview people, you have great connections, and you actually do a great job, but you're not necessarily a journalist, because there is protocol and, you know, things that you have to go through to be a journalist, and integrity, unbiased integrity at that. I think the only difference, the problem with streamers becoming quote unquote the new media, is that there's no checks and balances, like you said earlier, Jazz, and there's no real integrity. Like, it's very biased. A nigga like Kai Sanat is probably gonna talk badly about some shit if he gets enough money for it. Or if it's his fave, versus just being objective and saying, yo, I'm listening to anybody. I'm going to listen to Nicki and I'm going to listen to Megan, if that makes sense as an example. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to critique it as such. Nicki, I think this was fire. Nicki, I think this was whack. Megan, I think this was fire. Megan, I think this was whack. Doesn't mean that I am one against the other. You know what I'm saying? So it's also those stand wars, which I would say I pay attention to things, and I feel like certain artists utilize that because they're trying to bridge their fan base with the newer fan base as well. And it becomes a thing where it treads very lightly into weaponizing everybody's fan base. The streamers' fan bases, which are always fucking huge, and their fan bases. And when you bridge those together, man, you got a fucking monster, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah. And I will say my issue with the whole like metrics around like who's a streamer, who's a creator, who's a mega creator, or this X, Y, and Z. It's like, yo, let's be for real. We live.
What's the difference?
Exactly. But we not only live in the era of AI, but this is also a time where niggas can buy followers. They can buy like they can buy all of that. So it's like having like checks and balances on like who's really providing impact over influence, I feel like is where we can really like bridge those gaps, like in a way where it's like really like effective and it doesn't feel like counterproductive, if that makes sense. Like, because it's the streaming niggas out there who be in these spaces who don't really need to be. But just like, to continue that cycle of just nonsense that we know is like not
sitting
really
in your stink ass couch in that stink ass chair. But yeah.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, and we're gonna bleep out that other name that I said earlier too.
Voldemort.
But nah, it's definitely, it's weird. But I think it just needs to be controlled. Anything. I mean, we learned that in fucking school. You got to have a controlled area, substance, something, you know? So we just need some form of control when it comes to that. But
I think it definitely has its place, though. Like, I totally understand why it's doing what it's doing.
Everything has its place. People just got to do the work of understanding that, knowing everybody's place. Like, you as a streamer, don't consider yourself a hip-hop journalist, point blank, period. And I'm going to say, call out these publications as well. Complex, unfortunately, you got to get called out, because it's like, you putting Casanat as the top hip-hop journalist or whatever is kind of crazy. It's crazy because he's not. You know what I'm saying? So things like that, it feeds the beast. If you're gonna be honest, you know. So we gotta just be mindful, be respectful, but also do what the fuck we gotta do too. So
yeah, it's interesting because I know we be mentioning the Joe Budden podcast a lot, but shout out to Wallow too, because I feel like we used to see what was the podcast Wallow and his brother had. I feel like we used to see them a lot, but I ain't really seen them as much. $1 million worth of game. I think that's
$1 million worth of game. Yeah,
that's a great name.
Fire. But yeah, I feel like they also were, they also are some good examples too. So yeah, shout out to those guys.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to motherfucking hip hop.
Okay,
real rap raw. Woo. Niggas.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Let me get my trumpets together. Real niggas is back. Like, can we talk about it? Can we get into the rollout, the music, the vibe that is Clipse, and the fact that these niggas are really proven once again, as I've always said, hip hop is not a young man's sport. I don't care what you say.
Hello.
I don't care how you feel. It's not, baby. It's not. It's a mature man's sport.
Ooh, let's get into it. I would love to know, before we jump into it. Shout out to everybody that's tuned into Reasonable Dialogue. We appreciate y'all. We get into the meat of things. I would love to know your thoughts on the Tiny Desk, because it made me think of Doechie's performance in a sense of how much they really highlighted the DJ. I thought it was so cool from the top to the end. And yeah, just overall rollout. We'll love y'all thoughts.
I didn't watch the Tiny Desk in full. I only seen clips of it.
Yeah, same. I watched clips of it.
But I'm gonna definitely watch it for sure. But the clips that I did see from it, it seemed like the energy was very, very high. It was excitement. It was real authentic. They're getting their flowers. I mean, regardless of how you feel about it, the Clipse has been a staple in hip hop. We call them the Clipse, but it's really Clipse. I don't give a fuck. It's the Clipse.
No,
the Clipse have been a staple to us. Real, and I say real because people be like, oh, what's a real hip hop person is somebody who is literally who loves hip hop and not just the artist. Okay, so we got to separate that. But for me personally, it's like, it's good to see artists like that still have longevity in the game and still be welcomed as well. And the Tiny Desk, even though I didn't watch the whole thing, I'm gonna watch it. I love that they utilize, shout out to the homie DJ Yo Q, he is Pusha T's official DJ, and of course now the Clipse DJ. But just having him a part of it, they're just doing everything right. And that is a part of hip hop, as I always said. Like, DJs are very much so an integral part of hip hop. If you don't understand it, then I don't think you really understand hip hop, in my personal opinion. But just showcasing that, sounding good, skin cleaner. I said the last time black really don't crack, but the last time them niggas seen crack is when they was selling it. You know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see black men at the age that they're at not being, unfortunately, where we are in hip hop with a lot of the shit that we have to deal with, the vibe music, it's just a good space. It's just a good space. And I really like everything that they're doing.
Yeah, I really appreciate the way that they're incorporating like so many different elements of world building into the rollout. Like, the fashion of it all, like even referencing the tiny desk, like it looked very like throwback, and everybody was very on brand as far as their fits. I love the grind and beat thing at the end that they did.
Yes.
It just
Oh
felt
my
very
God.
like we back in high school. It was just a callback to the culture and the millennials who grew up on them, and like I just felt like that was very important that they threw that in there, and it was just like so special to see it.
It really was. And I wasn't expecting, like, I had tweeted about that too. I was not expecting that to like get a high reach, but it was, to your point, y'all, like it was very nostalgic.
Yes, it was a callback. I knew that was gonna go like what?
Yeah.
Like you didn't do that. Where was you sitting in the fucking cafeteria? Because
and
lame ass nigga.
Right, because we was all doing the grind and beat. I will say though, the way that he did it with the two hands, like we didn't do it that way. We did it with one hand.
No.
I'm crying.
You did bottom knuckles. What was that other shit he was doing?
Or you needed a pen or a pencil. That menacing pencil.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see
needed
that.
a pencil. Wait, did y'all see the because they also tied it back too. Again, everything has just been flawless. Did y'all see the Chains and Whips video that dropped today? Because
I have to check out these visuals, but what's up with that?
There's a moment at the end. I thought the symbolism is so crazy. I think it's so intentional, but they kind of are continuing this play on, like, because I feel like it's one thing for us to know, like, yes, grinding was like so monumental, such a great moment for us in culture, just growing up and being part of our youth culture. But they keep playing on that. And there's like a moment towards like the end of the video where they reference grinding again. And I just think that's so dope. And shout out to their legacy. Like, it's not that many artists that can keep referencing their old songs like in a moment like this, and it's still getting like replay value and media consumption. So yeah, it's so provocative. Like everything they got going on right now. Like, and I'm even loving the tweets too around like people saying like how Pusha T rap or how Malice rap, or like
Malice
rap like this.
Could we get into the music aspect of it? Because I listened so far to it at least 3 times. Because I'm back on my music shit heavy, where I listen to music. I have my own listening events in my head. I literally block out everything. Because, I feel like when you consume music, it's either 2 ways. You consume it in an active way or you consume it in a passive way.
I agree.
And for me to really understand, feel it, try to catch the things that you're doing, understand the world you're building, understand the time, like I have to be passive. Nothing's happening. It's just me locked in with that music. So listening to music in that way again, instead of working out and listening to it, like, yeah, this could be hard, but when you really sit and you listen to it, it's like, damn, nigga, this shit fucking hard. And I had that moment listening to the project again for the 3rd time. Because first listen is first listen, but listening to it again on live, and when I listened to it for the 3rd time, I was like, nigga.
It's flawless. Yeah.
Wait, before we get to the music, though, I did want to say the last piece on the rollout part. I actually really appreciate the way that they both show up in these interviews. I think there's a lot to be said about how genuine and honest that they are in a lot of the things that they're talking about. And I think the other thing, too, that I've been really appreciating is how grounded in their moral code that they are and have been from the beginning.
Sexy.
It is. It's like, it's so alluring because it's just like a lot of the shit they will tell you like, I'm not going for that. And they stand on it and have been year after year after year after year. And the talking points don't change. And I feel like beyond the music, Black men in particular need to see more examples of Black men who stand on code. Amen. Because we don't have that anymore. Like, not in the mainstream. Hey, girl, I'm so glad you said it because that's where I was going. Bitch, you knew.
Yep.
We have not had a Black man stand on moral like that in the mainstream media since Nipsey passed. Every single interview Nip did, he was putting you on game. He was teaching you. He was standing for shit. Even if it wasn't an interview, you was getting slapped because some stupid shit that you did because that nigga was standing on morals. And we need to see that again play out in the mainstream. So I feel like it's been amazing to just see interview after interview after interview after interview. They just talking they shit and like they standing on something. And I feel like we need to see that again and recognize that shit matters. It's not going to go on deaf ears.
And then attaching it, because unfortunately, when these youngins see this certain success, they also attach the lifestyle that comes with that success. So if you are talking about fucking bitches, driving fancy cars, drinking lean, taking drugs, these niggas is literally talking about they are literally smoking the heroin. You're supposed to fucking sell it, not smoke it. They're literally the crackheads singing about the songs now. But for me, it's like that's the lifestyle that is attached to that quote unquote success. Unfortunately, not to, compare, but that's the difference between a young thug and a gunner right now, if we want to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a solid, stark difference in Young Thug and what Gunner is now rapping about versus what is Thug rapping about type shit.
Okay.
So, and it shows physically, mentally, emotionally, sonically, it shows the fuck up in all areas. And I love that you mentioned that, Jan, because I agree 1,000%. We need more of that representation that, okay, you may have done stupid shit in the past, but you're a man now. Like, not a little boy, you're a fucking man. Have some responsibilities. Take care of the shit that you gotta take care of. I don't want to be around no nigga that don't take care of his motherfucking kids, and I'm standing on that. Like, we not with that shit. We not with you hitting women. Like, I believe Malice even made a bar in one of the songs, or Pusha, one of these niggas, where it was like, mentioning like, you niggas basically hit women. We spin women. Like, we not gonna put our hands on a woman because of some, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, that's important to see. And then also seeing that these niggas are still very successful. Yes. Like the Rolex that you see them shining, the Maybachs and the Rolls Royce that they driving in, the millions of dollars that they get into, because that's also business moves, being a smart. That's why I said hip hop is not just a young man's sport. It's a mature man's sport. And with maturity, it is equivalent to wisdom, in my personal opinion. You only become mature when you're wise. So niggas is showing the game of how it is to move with wisdom, because even Pusha saying that I literally left and was actually free. That probably went over a lot of niggas fucking heads, to be honest, because a lot of you are not as free as you think you are. You have a facade like you are. You get 100,000 million fucking deals and shit like that look good on paper, like, oh, you got signed for $300 million, but you sold your soul and it's owned by somebody else now, and you gotta work for the rest of your life. Nigga, I show up if I want to. I could go party with my kids and take care of my kids. That's why niggas who understood the whole situation, not to bring it up again, but with the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, it was a stark difference there too, nigga. Like, real niggas is up, point blank, period. And we not gonna sit here and a lot of bullshit that we have been allowing, honestly, because niggas just want to be close in proximity to some shit. We don't give a fuck about that shit. I never gave a fuck about you niggas.
I never did. That's why I got the problems I got right now.
I never respected you niggas.
Never fucked with you niggas, but like, nah, what he say in the song, you Zeus Network niggas, you wouldn't understand. Like, you just wouldn't. Like,
you wouldn't. Get these, what he said, 5,500 for a booking niggas out of here.
Out of here. Like,
now, hold on, Push. Hold on. I would take the 5,500.
I said that before, but no, even I love everything we discussing, man, but to that point, even the features are intentional. Like, the niggas to stand beside them in this moment. And shout out to Tyler, the Creator, because on PO, that nigga is rapping like he has always waited for this moment in his life. Like,
nigga. Oh my God. When I say, like, this shit makes me so happy. And I love that we are women speaking on this, because it's not very often that you see or even hear women really talking about rap in that capacity. Shout out to Gina Views. She's one of the very few people out there in media.
I love her.
She got a whole slogan, make these niggas rap. And she's serious about it. You know what I'm saying? I love shit like that. So for us women to really talk about this shit and really be in it and really, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a beautiful thing, first and foremost. But Tyler, my nigga, I felt like that's a long sigh.
They went to space.
That's a long sigh. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like Tyler's feature really outshined everybody.
Ooh.
Everybody low key because the delivery, the conviction,
yes,
what he was saying, it was like, nigga, do we got beef? Are you talking to me? Like, I'm that Drewski meme, like, me?
Right.
Like,
And I love that it was right after Kendrick burst. Like,
exactly.
them niggas hit us over the head back to back. Like,
yes.
oh, okay.
And then we had the Kendrick feature. The nigga started on the track with a huh. Like, he was sick of you niggas. He was sick of you niggas the way how he started that fucking record. And I just love it. I love this shit. It really, we needed this. It really is restoring a feeling of what we love about hip hop. Like, everything about it. I really love the project. I would say, though, I did have only one qualm. One qualm is only one. I know the Vampire Pharrell loves what he does.
I knew what you
I feel like I know what you're about to say. I feel like I know.
I agree.
And if we're gonna be honest, we're gonna be honest here.
Yeah.
Me personally, when it comes to the music side of things, we understand it's not the Neptunes anymore. But Hugo, we need you. Where are you, Hugo? We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. Second of all, I wasn't mad at the production, but I did feel like it was something missing in certain songs, it was just too consistent in one sound, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It makes sense.
It wasn't cohesive, like a project flowing in that. I mean, it was cohesive in a project flowing, but as far as like production for me, it just was too consistent of a sound where it's just like, okay, I need something a little bit different. Some of the drums was hitting, some of the kicks was kicking, you know what I'm saying? But Pharrell, for me personally, love him as a producer, but I would have loved to hear them on some other production, some other beats. And unpopular opinion, I know, niggas don't need him. We don't care for Mr. West, but there is a difference.
Man, that is a great take.
Is a difference.
Somebody said that at work today.
Kanye's production and Pharrell's production, both legendary, both amazing, both very much so burnt in the history of hip hop. But there is a very big difference. Even on the gospel shit, I felt like I hear what you're trying to do, Pharrell, but I feel like you need to bring in some more help with that. If we're gonna hit those, let's bring in some help. Because a gospel feel, bringing it to church, that's intentional. And there's only a few people who could really bring a record to life like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, I just felt like it lacked in certain things. So I gave it a 98 versus 100, but it's still a high score to me. Other than that, I loved it.
I'll agree with you, but I will say, just playing devil's advocate, where I kind of see why this is so important in like a moment. They are literally carrying Virginia on their back. So it's like, I'm not even necessarily mad at all the Pharrell shit. Like, I think this is a huge moment for Virginia right now with everything that they're doing. So from that standpoint, it gets 100. But from the flip side of it, as far as like just feeling like it needs a little pizzazz, I'm with you on a 98.
Okay. And I love that you made that point. That's a very, 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 very good point, that they are holding it down for Virginia right now. Shout out to...
And even just like, I follow a lot of Virginia rappers and artists, and just seeing the way that they are embracing this album and the way that they feel seen in the same way that, not Kanye, the same way that Kendrick made the West Coast feel seen. I feel like from that standpoint, it is super important what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and too, I love us. I love that you just brought that up, because I think after watching Piece by Piece, I kind of went into it knowing that a little bit. And I think that's why I kind of teared up a little bit, like when the album dropped, because just seeing those visuals of how he like tied their story together, like of how like, you know, Pusha and, you know, he's like, I got an artist back home that I'm really trying to do this for. And to them to now have all the full resources to bring it to fully to life it's a beautiful story. It really, really, really is. I feel like, I think that's why, like right now, no, I'm gonna say that for the set list time. Let me stop. But no, it's just since the album has dropped, since like this Friday, like I've had a new favorite song every other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, legitly, like, different songs literally hit me differently. Today I was on TikTok live. First of all, I just want to say that you niggas on TikTok live, I see why you be on there begging for money. Because I was on there for 5 hours, gang. I'm not gonna hold you 5 hours. I didn't even realize the time. I didn't. But I have like my starting up my new Music Monday live listening on my TikTok live or whatever. So we was playing this project today. We played Justin Bieber's project and K1's project in full. And yeah, y'all niggas really got to do a lot of pussy popping to make some money because I only made $5
Wow, $1 an hour is crazy.
As I said, slavery. Oh shit, this is crazy. Nah, but that was a sidebar. But nah, I love everything. The colors, fucking well. Performance, Tiny Desk performance, like genius breakdown. Like these niggas is in their fucking late 40s, early 50s doing shit that you 22-year-olds be like, I don't even want to, why do I gotta even pop up for this publication that's supporting me and showing me love for my music? It's like, bitch, that's why, stupido. But man, I love everything about this. It's really restoring a feeling for me, because let's be honest, the OGs have been dropping. Like Slick Rick, he recently dropped as well. Nas, he consistently drops. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, I think 2 years ago or whatever. Yeah, 2 years ago, he was also nominated for a rap album or whatever. I believe, I forgot. Please fact check me later. But he was Grammy nominated for his project with Hit Boy, and I love shit like that. I ain't
gonna hold you. I think that Jay-Z about to drop low key.
Yep, I do too. I feel it. I feel it in the energy.
Because all of these little random pop outs, like,
I feel it in the energy.
Okay, nigga.
This nigga said, hold on now. B is working. Blue is working. Rumi is working. I'm sure Sir's in the back handling all the books and checks and balances.
Tina Knowles is working.
Tina Knowles is working. The cousin Binksy, however you say her name, the whole family working, nigga. Come on.
Kelly Rowland's on tour.
Come on up. Michelle's on Broadway. Like,
hello.
Come on up here, Mr. Sean Carter. We got some business. But no, honestly, just pivoting to the fact that he came out 2 nights for the Cowboy Carter tour. One in Paris, which was super, super crazy, that we've seen the videos for. And then recently, literally yesterday, actually, freaking in Atlanta, which I'm so pissed off. I'm like, wow, the one time I'm not in the towns, you niggas pop up. This is crazy. But popping up in Atlanta and performing PSA, which is one of my favorite Jay-Z songs, and Just Blaze Productions as well. I just felt, personally speaking, like there's something brewing, very much so, with them. And somebody even broke down like how calculated Beyonce is, because her performance on that was like the 20-something anniversary of Crazy in Love, when he came out at the Atlanta show with her. And those numerology girls, they love them numbers. And then somebody also said, put together the numbers of, because it was on the 13th, so they said put together the numbers 1 + 3, what does that equal? 4. We know they love them their 4s, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So just little shit like that is cute. But I personally feel like if it's not a joint album with them, which I don't think it would be, just because I do believe she has an Act 3 coming up. I really, really do. It's already been prophesied from everybody who fucking well is crazy enough to believe everything that they see. I do believe there's going to be an Act 3 coming up. But
I think so too.
I think it's a potential of either he's going to drop his own solo project for real, or it's going to be like a joint, another The Carters or some shit like that. Because honestly speaking, niggas have been talking real crazy about this man. Niggas have been really running their mouth, doing a real... And the only thing that we know Beyonce and Jay-Z to do, them niggas don't respond to nothing that's said. They respond in a different way, of course, but necessarily, most likely, is always in the music. So I will be very, very, very excited if Hove comes out with even a fucking single. He don't even have to give us a whole project if we want to be real. He could just give us one single and be done. to
I'm
be
not
honest.
gonna
And
lie. No, my bad, sis. I was just gonna say I'm gonna probably fall to my kneecaps when we do. I need it. The public, we have been deprived, like literally, like.
and it's a beautiful follow up with everything that's happening. It's like Kendrick opened the fucking door, the Clipse is running in, and now we need the big kahunas to come in and be like, all right, y'all, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's complete this trifecta. I don't feel like Thanos has all his stones yet. we missing some stones right now, but I think Jay-Z's gonna complete that. To be completely honest with you, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm just
I'm
thinking
excited.
of production, like
godly beats.
you know,
God himself in the studio making that
cinema, like.
and talking his shit, because the nigga got more money. If we ever realize something about Jay-Z, the evolution of Jay-Z and his rich raps, they always elevate. You know
And
what
that's
I'm
what I
saying?
need.
So this,
yes, I need Hove on the boat bars.
on a yacht. You know, I got B in the back. We think about having another one after doing another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me some shit that I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, I need that.
I need some shit that I don't know how to pronounce that I gotta look up and ask the price point of this again. Like, what is this?
I wish I had that tweet in front of me, y'all. That tweet that happened viral a couple like weeks ago, where it was like, Hove really like got bars that are just like one-liners, and it's just make you feel like, damn, what am I doing with my life? Like, and people was just chiming in, dropping liners, like.
And it was also alleged that he was supposed to be on the Clipse album, the Chains and Whips, I believe.
Yeah, that would have been fucking glorious. Holy
they
shit.
said that it was sent or something like that, but he never sent his verse.
Damn.
Never sent his verse. He did that shit on purpose. I don't give a fuck what nobody said, because I feel like he was like, nah. But respectfully, it could be a thing was like, nah, I need y'all get y'all shit off first. But when it's my time, I'm gonna call you back. I got you. And I think that's gonna be an even better play. Imagine Hove really coming on a track or putting out a project
with Clipse on it. Yeah,
with the Clipse on it. With
after
Kendrick
they signed to Rock
it.
Nation too. That's,
you know what I'm saying. Like, shit is crazy. And didn't you mention too, Jan, that they not in the Def Jam deal anymore? Like,
yeah, it's so funny because I was gonna bring that up, but it like we kind of like removed ourselves from the rollout conversation. But I feel like going back to the idea and the conversation around world building, I think there's a lot to be said about how strong this rollout has been, despite the fact that they were dropped from their rollout. I mean, from their Def Jam deal.
But they bought themselves out.
Yeah. So granted, apparently Def Jam is still making money off that album, but I still feel like this is an insane L for Def Jam. Culturally, financially, because the run they about to go on about to be insane, and even though they're making money off the album, there's just a lot of other money they're not going to be touching. And I just feel like it's a testament to literally just staying intentional, doing shit your way, doing the things that you really believe in. Because if I'm correct, the reason why they bought themselves out was because they wanted to release the album without the Kendrick verse. So they believed in that verse so much and believed in doing their shit their way so much that they bought their way out their deal. Like, fuck that. Like, y'all not about to censor us. And they've been talking about it in a lot of their interviews. And going back to what we're talking about is as far as standing on code, like, I fuck with that. Because it's like, I can't even imagine how much money they had to spend to buy themselves out their deal just to get a verse on the project. Like, that's crazy, but honorable. And I just think, for me, it's such a shining light as far as just like, there's still people in this world who are 10 toes in the shit that they stand on and will go to great lengths to make sure that stuff is honored. But yeah, speaking of that, I thought it was ironic that Def Jam released the Justin Bieber album.
Oh, so petty. I thought it was very petty. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it was because of my lens, because I was so excited to just see Clipse really like just take over the Billboard and just the whole algorithm. I was excited to see that. Like,
I didn't even peep that game, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't even until somebody called it out in my mentions. I'm like, oh shit, I got it.
Wow, interesting.
I called it out. I called it out a couple times at work too, because it's interesting to me how, again, Clipse bought themselves out of their deal once they told them we're not getting rid of the Kendrick verse, so y'all can chalk that. And they basically said, okay, well, here's the amount that you have to pay to get out the deal, and Pusha and them said, okay, here, thank you, and went to, Jay-Z. Now, again. People are always trying to find, because I go there, I talk about it. People, this country just love trying to humble Black excellence, and kind of that's how I looked at it a little bit, of kind of low key like slighting them. Like, you think you might go to number one, but we're actually about to drop this album. And two, a lot of people don't realize this is Justin Bieber's first album under Def Jam through a licensing deal where he owns the mixing and the mastering. So you hear what I just said, right? He bought himself out, but then y'all bring this dude who was already been there. He's been signed for years, but the fact that this particular release on the Clipse day is when he owns his rights, I don't know. I just thought it was so petty. But
like they were trying to like box them out as if their fan bases fucking even like matter. Yeah. And I get it. It's everyone's always trying to get to that number one spot. We want to debut at number one. We want the Apple Music number one trending, number one this, number one that. But I really feel like the type of mentality that them niggas have, they don't give a fuck about that shit. They all for the slow burn. And the slow burn always
I'm so glad you said that. Okay, so separate but related. Another thing to take away from this rollout was like the music has been done for a very long time.
Yeah.
And when we talk about how strategic and creative and well put together this rollout has been, I think, and I'm so glad Z, for those who don't follow him, he is one of the founders of DJ Booth and Audio Mac. He has been pointing this out. Yeah, he's been pointing this out for a week now, how we talking about how great the rollout is, but the reason why they have the ability to craft this rollout is because they gave their team ample time to strategically do all of this shit. Like a lot of these artists, they'll, and it's not a slight to them, but it just goes to show the difference, right? Like if you give your team a month to put together a rollout versus a year, we're talking about two different rollouts.
Exactly. And it's something we talk about in marketing a lot. It just like when it comes to like marketing, branding, and like your traditional like A&R engineering teams, it's like, all right, you're giving us the product, but we need to have a runway to actually run and delivering these metrics. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what's happening now, and we kind of saw that with like the Coco Jones album a little bit, like, and we love Coco Jones again. And again, none of these metrics like take away from the great music. We're just, like discussing it. But like, you got Def Jam sending albums like last minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even giving radio time to prep to do all of that. And it's the same thing that's happening with like marketing and branding. It's like, all right, if give them a heads up so they can come up with ideas, so they can use not only just but qualitative data to inform their strategies and their plans and stuff like that. And yeah, we got to give more respect to the marketing teams these days, because I get that like these traditional models of building teams and world building, to Jan's point, are like dying, but it doesn't take away the impact and their influence when rollouts like this matter or are happening.
Is it dying, or are niggas just fucking lazy?
Lazy. Thank you. Let's talk about it. It's lazy because all like the resources are there. The resources are there. Like, so it's like when stuff like this happens, I be so happy because it proves my fucking point. Like I say this all the time. It's like we keep having this conversation. Oh, the industry's dead and boo hoo. Like, no, it's not. You niggas are lazy. Like, artists and teams alike. And I feel like that's the other part of the conversation we don't talk about. We always talk about the teams being lazy and the marketer and the whoever. But what about you, artist, who is you don't have your assets till the day before the song comes out or the album comes out, or you don't have that cleared till a week before, and now we got to push your date 5 times because we waiting on a clearance when you should have had that shit cleared a year ago or months ago or whatever the case is. Like, there's just so much to be said about laziness and intent that we're now seeing play out with this rollout, where it's like, I really just hope every fucking body takes notes on all sides of this shit.
X. Woo. That was a word.
A word. Okay. A word. But I will say, if you do follow certain blueprints, you don't have to keep code switching. You don't have to keep trying to be a chameleon in other people's cultures.
You don't have to keep posting shades to other rappers in your stories and then deleting them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas would genuinely fuck with you because you were upstanding nigga that niggas fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta do the dude. You ain't gotta shake like a hoe no more, nigga. You ain't gotta
pretend your soul is black. You know?
And I only say that honestly, and I know. So far, you guys probably think that, me personally, I can't speak for my sisters, but you probably think that, damn, Milan got beef with OVO. No, I don't got beef with none of these niggas. I will still listen to bodies of work from Drake left to right, right to left. Because Drake honestly has put out good music. Let's not deny that. Let's be honest about the landscape of where he is now. And the problem is, you all enable people, artists alike, to always be where they are now. But anyways, I brought that up because I just wanted to speak really quickly on the whole Drake Wireless Festival and him mentioning that UK rappers, his style, he basically said, like, verbatim, like, I look up to you niggas and I wanted to always be like you niggas. And putting UK rappers against US rappers, saying like, y'all are it, basically. I thought it was stupid and foolish to say, considering that everything so far just seems very much so like you're just trying to grab at any forms of whatever straws that you can to stay relevant. And the crazy part is, you haven't lost any relevancy.
Right. Like, so let it go, nigga. Just like cool it, please.
Like, sit your Crody, sit down, relax. Take, like we said this, I said this last podcast, like, take a little break, my nigga. Like, you're doing too much. Yeah. But it's also been seen, because I've been watching the timeline myself, the good Brits over there. There's one side that's definitely for Drizzy, of course, but there's another side that's like, nigga, we been peep your game. We're not falling for it. Now all of a sudden you want to come over to the UK, become one of the mans them again. You know what I'm saying? Link up with Popcorn, Vibes Cartel. You want to be Jamaican Drizzy Drake, then your man's them Drake. And it's like, I think when I say maturity comes wisdom, and when you are wise, you could be very discerned as well. I think they go hand in hand, and a discerning spirit can pick up some bullshit. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm just gonna call bullshit on what was happening right now with Drake. He is a good artist, but I think his ego. What's that saying? It's a specific saying that people say about your ego and how it will be your demise or some shit like that. I gotta find it. But it's something along the lines of that. Like, I mean, the pride is very, very big. The ego is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought Beyonce had a big ego. No, Drake, you got a big ego. I'm just saying that from the song, y'all. Don't attack me, Beehive. I know Queen. I mean, she have every right to have an ego, if we want to be honest. But I just feel like it's stupid. It's dumb to say stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
And nigga, you wanted to be a US rapper your whole life. Shut up.
Your whole life.
Oh my God. Just stop.
Your whole life. So, I don't know, man. The decline of everything that's happening with these so-called idols, rivals, turning into them. And I love that line in the song with Tyler, the Creator. Damn. What is it?
Is it the last line? Is it the last line? Is it the last line when he say, I came to the realization I might outlive my heroes? Is it that? Ooh, I replay that so many times. We really got so sisters. Mm-hmm.
That is a line that stuck out immediately, because it said, oh, he understands and knows as well, and he's not gonna let that stop him from being great. And that's what a lot of people gonna have to do. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got for this whole Drake situation. I really hope y'all find some healing over there in the OV hoes land, for real. For real. But I'm gonna still hit that one dance though. I'm gonna still play it.
I'm gonna hit a lot of them dances.
I'm gonna hit a lot of them dances. I am.
Take forever. All right.
I will. And I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, are you stupid? Like, that. The problem with y'all is that y'all want to be so, I ain't listening. It's okay. You can listen. Ain't nobody gonna beat you up, nigga.
Right.
Like,
and you're a liar. We know you're a liar.
We know you're a liar.
We have the metric.
Thank you. Cause he and everybody top something. Shit.
We have the metric.
Anyways, y'all, I think this is a perfect time to really get into one of our favorite
Hey.
segments. Ba-ba-da-da, the set list. Set list is where we tell you guys what we're currently listening to, reading, watching, you know what I'm saying? Eating, attending, whatever is on our good plate and mind and ears and eyes, whatever. We basically put it down for you guys, so you can also get a look at what we're listening to and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, I never go first. I hope y'all understand that from now on. Take it away.
I take it away first, ladies. I got us. First up on my set list for this week. What's they say? What's the saying? JT coming. JT coming. Is that what they say? Her new song, but no, shout out to JT. JT has a new MAC cosmetic collab. Shout out to her. JT is a MAC partner. They recently just dropped her lip combo, and I thought it was really dope to really see just like young black girls, dope black girls, hip hop black girls, kind of like what we was referencing earlier. It's like girls that do have that grit. I feel like JT is one of the hip hop girlies that do have that grit. So to see her have like a collab and a brand deal this big, I think it's really dope too. And I feel like JT has been really intentional about the brand she does. I feel like she's really trying to showcase, like, I'm not just a it girly, I'm a high fashion, high beauty it girly too. So shout out to her. And yeah, I want to tap into the collab, and I plan on getting it because I like the lip combo. I am a lip liner girly. I love lining my lip up, so I love that. It includes a cute liner, a matte lipstick, and a cute lip gloss. So it's really cute. Second on my set list, I know we've been like talking so much about the like negativity on this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, the reunion is serving tea. It's serving tea. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta Sweet 16 reunion, and shout out to Nene too, because I read somewhere that her son Brent, he's been in the hospital and apparently he's been rejecting his heart transplant. So
Wow.
yeah, shout out to their family, because we also know like Nene lost Greg like not even like 5 years ago. And that was like huge. Hunt the horn, Greg. So we love Greg. Speaking of the music, even I know, like, of course we highlighted the album, but I wanted to highlight like a specific song from Let God Sort 'Em Out. Because I feel like this was kind of like a Pharrell sound with a new age feel. That EBI TDA, I love that record. Yeah, that one really stood out to me. And again, we talked about POV already, so I won't put that on there. We talked about Nas too and Chandeliers and what he did, but By the Grace of God, that one has been like really, really sticking with me recently too. So those two I'm gonna put on my set list. Shout out to the TikTok YNers, the YN TikTok community. I've been in my TikTok bag, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. And I want to add this song, Can't Go Broke by Zeddy Will. TikTok got me hip to it. Zeddy Will got these like TikTok vibes.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
Yes, and it kind of
is so fun.
From Queens too. I think he's from New York, if I'm not mistaken.
He's definitely a New Yorker. I gotta know I'm about to see which part exactly.
Yeah, but like all his songs kind of remind me of like, y'all remember like that Travis Porter era, or
oh my God.
Yeah, just like fun music. Like, so
he's a Queens Bridge nigga. Wow. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Zeddy Will. And then loving the new Larry June and Cardo project Until Night.
Oh, I gotta tap into that.
Yes. And then excited that Beyond the Villa is back, following, what they tried to do to my homegirl Shelly and Ace, because America lost. We won. They won. Y'all always trying to discredit Black winners, Black love, integrity, all of that. I see what y'all be trying to do. However, I do love that Ace and Shelly are out of this villa smiling, happy, and that no matter what, like, we always just turn lemons into like lemonade. Like we really, really do. And I originally was gonna come on the podcast like, how dare y'all, all these brands, blah, blah, blah. But like, no, I'm really, really not. I'm excited to see them soar. And I've really loved seeing like, because I do feel like there's like this like Black reality TV hierarchy. So I love seeing how like Angela Oakley has like tapped in to uplift them, like Ryan Destiny and stuff like that. So shout out to Beyond the Villa, because I feel like, you know, seeing Serena and Cordell, I think they were like our first Black American like couple that won, continuing to stay in that light, because again, I said this last time, I felt like the voting was giving very post-Obama election this season. And to see the amount of people that were saying that when Ace and Shelley were eliminated, how they felt like I seen someone tweet, I haven't felt like this since Kamala.
I saw that tweet.
And it's interesting, right? Like, we laughing, but like, I really do feel like certain people felt like that. Like, someone even tweeted, like, oh, no, this is really Trump's America. Like, and oh, for real? It's like, y'all think this was, come on now. There was literally people saying they were voting out of spite. It's like, you can't tell me racism is not integrated in every single fabric of what we do in this country. It is what it is. But
and fuck you, BuzzFeed, you bitch ass bitches. I hope you fucking fall asleep and roaches crawl in your ear.
Literally, like, so happy I have a space where I can say that too. Fuck BuzzFeed, like literally.
That was nasty.
How about I give you a fucking punch to the face? But that's here nor there. We love her at the end of the day. Love her, girl. I just had a little moment. And then lastly, shout out to the Joe and Jada podcast, because I saw the Clipse did an interview with them and it was pretty good. So,
oh, you did an interview?
No, Clipse. The Clipse did an interview with the not me girl. But they did.
That's fire. We gotta check it out.
Okay,
thank you. But but yeah, I love seeing Joe and Jada in this unique podcast space that they got going on. So
Fat Joe and Jada kiss.
Yeah, my bad. Okay. Oh yeah, I could say Joe. My bad, Fat Joe.
Yeah, I was like, Joe, okay.
But yeah, that's y'all. I'm gonna pass it to y'all.
All right. So on my set list for this week, I'm gonna start with Rochelle Jordan. I'm probably saying it wrong. So she dropped TTW Through the Wall. I actually had a chance to finally connect with her about a month ago for her to play her upcoming album of the same title. I believe it's called Through the Wall. Don't have a date for you guys, but she is coming back with a new album. Everything sounds amazing. I think she has like one of the most like nostalgic tones. Yeah. Like it reminds me of the 2000s, and I love that she does a lot of her music over like house centric beats. Because we just need that sound back. And yeah, so shout out to her. She dropped a new single on Friday called TTW. Malta loving Jane Hancock. I feel like Milan might have that on her set, but we both talked about it on Twitter, but I love the new Jane Hancock album.
Shout out to Jane.
I feel like a lot of people are comparing her to like Jasmine Sullivan. And I understand why. That's what I'm really about to say. I understand why. And I also appreciate that she even she literally posted a tweet about it, about all the people that people are comparing her to. And I get it. But like, I really want, like Milan said, I really want her to have her own moment. I think she's a very special artist. She has an amazing personality. She's also just like, her story is so dope. If you ever get a chance to like learn about her as a person, definitely do a deep dive into that. But yeah, definitely listen to that album. It's called It's Not You, It's Me. Came out on Friday. Who else? Dylan Sinclair. He dropped a new single called Stay Home. It very much it sounds like Neptune's production. It's like, I love that he's like growing into his sound, because if I have to be super honest, I wasn't a hardcore Dylan Sinclair fan early on in his career. I feel like he needed a bit of molding around his sound and writing, but I definitely hear it now on this last couple of releases. So I'm really loving his new single, Stay Home. Giveon is the last album I'll mention. Beloved. Okay, so I tweeted it and I'm gonna say it again. I really wish, I know it's not up to him because he literally has been talking about this release date. So it's not like he could have known it was going to be Justin Bieber as well. But I really wish he had a different release date, because I felt like we are not talking about the masterpiece that is the sequencing, the vocals, the production on this project that is beloved. Like that shit I probably listened to that shit top to bottom like 15 times since it dropped. Like it's so good. Like I remember when I first played it, like I couldn't get past Mud, which is the first track on the project. It's just like that good. And granted, like I feel like his music has always been good, but I love that like he creates it almost feels like cinema when you listen to his projects because it's like highly intentional and thematic in how it sounds. Like everything kind of like blends into each other and you're just getting like this long ass story about a topic. And in this topic particular, it's heartbreak. So you're getting this essential, like this audio movie about whatever heartbreak. So shout out to whoever broke his heart because that shit is fucking hard. Like, thank you.
Break it again.
I
love when niggas get their heart broken.
Okay, because they be in their bag. Like, what? I'm listening to on the African side, June Freedom released an album called Casa Miramar, really great album. He blends a lot of different influences between like Caribbean, African, R&B. He's another artist. Like I wasn't really on top of him early on, but I feel like his sound has definitely like elevated exponentially. And I really love this new project he just put out. And then lastly, on the book side, I would suggest you all read. I actually read it a while back, but it's been coming up in a lot of conversations I've been having with just different men in my friend group. But I suggest you all read The Way of the Superior Man. It very much aligns with a lot of what we were talking about earlier as far as Clipse and Nipsey and just like being a man of code and standing on code. And it's essentially like it's like a guide to how to navigate life as a man with a moral code, and how to love women as a man with a moral code, and just like all these different topics about how to be a solid man. And I think too, like I always suggest women read it as well, because it definitely gives you a lot of insight into the type of character you should be seeking from your partners and even like your friendships, who are male. So yeah, definitely check that book out if y'all ever get a chance. And that is my set list for the week.
Okay. Well, for me, my set list for this week, I am going to include Justin Bieber's not the whole album, because I wasn't impressed with everything. Only about 2-3 songs. I was like, okay, I could do this. But the 2 songs that really stood out to me on that entire 21 track project was Devotion and Too Long. I don't know what form of crack cocaine you all have been smoking to say that this album was R&B Bieber. Absolutely not. Definitely not. But you said what?
I'm on the crack pipe because that was definitely it wasn't traditional R&B Bieber.
Okay.
It was alt and Bieber.
It wasn't even alt to me, to be honest. A lot of those songs didn't give me alt. It gave me more. I don't even know if you could really categorize this shit in the category of R&B, if we want to be real.
I wouldn't. I agree with you.
I would not. I wouldn't give it no alt. I wouldn't give it no cult. I wouldn't give it nothing of R&B. But like I said, those 2 tracks stood out to me the most, very, very much so. So shout out to that. I was kind of disappointed with Sweet Spot. I wanted to like it. Unfortunately, I love Sexy Red on everything else. I just did not love her on this as a feature. I really believe that Victoria Monet deserved that spot. If they was going to do a song, I really could hear her killing Sweet Spot with Justin Bieber and bringing life to the song. And speaking of life, there's something that's been sucked out of him, and it reflects in the music, life. And I feel like this album is a cry for help. So somebody go and help Justin. He needs help, okay? He just had a baby. I don't know what's going on, but he needs help. But those are 2 songs that I like the most. Anyway,
I will say
on.
before you get to the other ones, I heard that this album is like a filler album, and I think there's a second album that's coming, and that's supposed to be the more serious one. So I think this is like a troll.
Listen.
Yeah.
If you would have told me that when he first even dropped it, I would have absolutely said, oh, I get that.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
From the fucking stupid ass title swag. What the fuck does that even mean, Justin? Okay, what the fuck does that mean? And then the skits, I'm sorry.
The skits, oh my God, please get into
I
them.
never want to hear Drewski on a skit. And I love Drewski. I think he's very funny. He has a lot of relatable skits that happen and go super, super viral. You know, his pug looking self seems like a very down-to-earth, nice person. I'm going to be very honest with you. But the skits was too cringy. It was too extra. It didn't even flow. But if this was a quote-unquote throwaway album, then fine. It is what it is. But moving on. The artist, she recently dropped a project as well. One of the songs that I love from her project that I played today on my TikTok live was called Gravity. Super, super dope. I met her before. Dope, dope artist as well. Another new artist, True. Is he new? I don't know if he knew, but I was, my playlist was just going through the new music, and I was like, hey, I like this vibe. He's a rapper. I'm trying to find what the hell where he from. But he has a song called Coach Blue that came up on my Spotify release radar, and I was like, oh, this is a vibe. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to different things besides the quote unquote traditional, music, of course. But yeah, I really like that. And I also want to implement, getting back to the essence of what I personally used to do as a DJ, which is introduce newer artists, newer music, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, this artist definitely is somebody that, at least the song, I can't count for everything, but he literally has less than 100K monthly Spotify listens. I feel like when you catch somebody that's under 100K, you kind of catch them like, at the very beginning of, their potential career. But that song was cool that I heard. I know you mentioned it earlier, Jan, but I'm going to have to add it to my set list. Givion's Beloved. Beloved. In the words of Yala Fanzan, Beloved. That to me, whew, I needed an ear cleanse after listening to Justin shit. And when I say that pipe clean my ears, I was very, very satisfied with that from the beginning. I'm very big on instrumentation in music. I love strings, specifically piano, Spanish guitar, you know what I'm saying? But the strings, I feel like you said, and I agree 1,000%, it's cinematic music that he's created. I love it. It definitely feels different from his other projects that he has done. I can say that. But it feels like another notch up instead of declining. And I like that for him. I would want him to perform this project with a full orchestra, him come out with his wine. Like, I want to be engulfed in it. Like, you can't just play track this or have a DJ drop this. Like, we need live instruments. You need a band behind this music, and you need to have it when you do go on tour and you perform it live, because we know that's gonna come. Anyways, I was in my throwback bag. Kings of Leon, You Somebody. That used to be my jam. Oh my god, I gotta do a cute little Y2K pop playlist, because there was some real cute white pops that I personally used to love back in the day. And I heard this song Shuffle, and I was like, yo, this shit, it's used to hit me in my heart. So I love that song. Clipse, of course, Let God Sort Them Out. We already went through a whole motherfucking lesson on why they are goated at this point in time. So you already know how we feel about that. Brent Faiyaz, new song, Tony Soprano. I did like it. Brent is always on his toxic shit per usual, but I said that these niggas that be acting toxic, they really want love. Anybody who acts super toxic really wants love, and they want it better than the person who's not toxic. I'm gonna just be honest with you. So another cry for help, but hopefully you get some help, nigga.
Anyway, ironically, I seen this tweet that said, "You know who the real lover girls are? Is the women who hate niggas."
No, yeah, they really are. No, for real. Don't ever get around a girl that, oh, I hate niggas. No. If she get a good nigga around her, that bitch is gonna be Susie Homemaker. You understand? So that being said, yeah. O'Deal. I just want to spend a little time right quick, because I feel like O'Deal is such a slept on artist. And I don't say it to be disrespectful, like, oh, y'all not paying attention. I say it to say, like, he needs more flowers, he needs more things, he needs more visibility. O'Deal has consistently dropped projects back to back to back. His voice is beautiful. He is beautiful. It's just a fucking complete vibe. I absolutely love his music. I would go to see him in concert. That's how you know I like an artist. If I'm willing to get out my bed and go see you in person. He dropped a new project called The Summer Saved Me. When I say it is the epitome of summertime vibes, I'm thinking like, you know, R&B mixed with, I guess they call it like alt, which is like, you know, Afrobeat.
Oh, Alte.
Alte, thank you. You would know, Jan. Thank you. Alte. Hey. I was saying alt this whole time. But Alte, okay. It gives that vibe to me, to be honest. So it's very, very smooth. It's a really, really good easy, really good easy listen, and it just feels like summertime. It's just beautiful. Maya Blaney, I had her perform at one of my R&B showcases back in like 2 years ago, whatever. But she dropped a new song called "Affirmatively" Part 2. Really good, positive affirmation type of songs or whatever. And Malaya, I love Malaya, and I'm glad that she's out with some music. She has a song called Instructions, super heavy, like dance hall R&B kind of vibe. Fuck with it, heavy, love it, adding it to my rotation, playing it in my DJ sets for sure. And yeah, I'm still reading The Artist's Way because, you know, it's a 12-week whatever journey. So I'm still on that book. And what I'm watching currently, I would just say Real Housewives of Atlanta right now, the reunion, you know what I'm saying? I'm into that. I am going to look at the movie F1. I'm thinking about just saying fuck it and get in what is it called? Apple TV, because I've been hearing that a lot of fire shows are on Apple TV and you just need to be on Apple TV. So I want to see all of the shows and, you know, get in my good old, you know, directors, you know, film bag and watch some new movies, some new shows and get inspired. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
I actually, before we wrap, I wanted to say, my homeboy put me on today, The Artist's Way as well. And as soon as he sent the name, I was like, oh my God, my homegirl literally keeps saying that we need to read this book like for the last 3 weeks. so maybe I really need to read that book.
It's a journey. You take it when you feel it, but it's confirming that you obviously do.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna grab that this week. So thank you for that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, this was an amazing episode. I'm just like really happy with how this conversation went. We had a great conversation, y'all.
Incredible.
Dope conversation about some real fucking shit for some real ass bitches. Give a fuck about a nigga 24. No, let me stop. But no, we really had a great time, y'all. You already know the motherfucking vibes. This is a Reasonable Dialogue podcast. We have episodes each and every week on a Tuesday. What time we drop on Tuesdays?
As soon as you wake up, it's going to be online.
It's going to be on. You can get dressed, wash your ass, get ready for work, go get that bag, you feel me, and listen to your girls. Join us in the motherfucking condo. You know what I'm saying? I always say this every fucking episode, but don't worry, y'all. A community event is coming soon. We're gonna do something it's gonna be, and because we've been talking about this, like, you know what I'm saying, grouping up, doing what we gotta do, having a little barbecue, something. We're gonna create something where we can all really just vibe, meet, listen to the music. Everybody it's an off court. I'm not DJing, everybody's DJ that day. Okay, so we're gonna figure that out. But you already know the vibes.
Y'all ain't gotta go home, but y'all gotta get the fuck out of here.
Hey, take your shoes, leave the weed. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Hey.
We want to thank you for tuning into the Reasonable Dialogue podcast. For more updates and to follow us on social media, be sure to go to our website, reasonabledialogue.com.
Pussy.
Bye.